It's Joe. It's all Leeds TV time. It's Sunday Night Live. Thank you so much for coming in and tuning in. Hope you're all doing really well. It's the day after the night before, right? Not great weekend for Leeds United. Not the best weekend. Thank you so much for coming in, though. As I say, we haven't done this for a while, so we're not expecting massive numbers. And of course, there's loads to digest, right? We've obviously got yesterday's result. We can all have a chat about that. As I say, if you could give the tweet a retweet as well, make sure we get some bodies in and we can have a chat about the game and you get your opportunity to get your point across to the All Leeds TV crew. We're going to talk about Wigan. We're going to talk about Patrick Bamford and my tweet and I guess the polarising opinion on Patrick Bamford. I'm going to say this isn't a Bamford bashing, but you know where my thoughts lie if you've seen my video yesterday. But I think we can all have a chat about that and why I said what I said. We've also got to discuss what's to come. Obviously, now we've got 7 days between now and our next game, or 6 now, actually, 6 days. Then after that, we have 6 games in 19 days. We've only got 16 left. So after that period, you're looking at, 10 games left of your season, So these next 6 within 19 days, which is such a small window if you think you've got 6 games squeezed in there, it's going to be quite a ride for Leeds United fans, 100%. I'm just going to get into some of your comments straight off the bat. So we've got Emmett Oliver. Just thought them players and management staff are putting Saturday behind them. Learn from it, move forward, real positive intentions, train with belief, play with belief and hunger. Miles says Bamford the GOAT. Jim Rafferty says most other clubs played the players that got in the window. Yes, I know Conor mentioned that on his video as well. Jay Army says we'll bottle it. Hate to say it, but it's the same old. Phil Clark, totally agree. That game was perfect for Augustine. He would have come on and scored. We can't afford to have him bedding in for 4 weeks. Jonathan Roper, yes. Now then, people, all right. Joe says Josh. Tiger Steele's in the house. J Army, the gap is closing. It's been closing for weeks, hasn't it? Dilip Kednan, hi. Let's have a look. Roger Black, maybe this can be a turning point. Phil Clark says, all right. Rose, hello. Joe, fella. Jim Rafferty, I think we'll make it. I'm just trying to... You're nervous Leeds won't get top 2. Ask Jeff Edwardson. Sean McGonigal says, how are you? I'm all right, mate. Sorry about this, guys. I've got, it seems, since yesterday, I've contracted some lurgy because I'm absolutely dying here. My voice is gone. My nose and everything. So we'll see how we get on. But I want to get into your comments, as I say. Super chat from Rose LUFC 10 says, if Bamford keeps starting, things will go sour. I think I agree with you. Look, the songs for Bamford in the ground yesterday, they're getting the contingent that's singing it. I'm not having a go at anyone. If anyone is singing it, it's totally your prerogative. It's totally fine. But it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. People in and around me yesterday were not singing it, refused to sing it. Because at the end of the day, he's not doing what he's supposed to do. I think the reason I was so frustrated yesterday, guys, was because of what he did on Tuesday night. For me, if you cup your hands, and I'm not going to go off on a tangent because we did it all yesterday. We're all hurting. We all get it, right? But if you cup your hands or basically say to the fans, come on, I can't hear you, I've just scored 2 goals. You've then got to then follow that up with another barnstorming performance week after week after week. And he's not done that. And I think it's a little bit too... Because people on social media, for example, will say, and I got a lot of it yesterday after my post, saying I was out of order, I'm singling Bamford out. If they'd have watched the video, they'd have seen that I spoke about other people as well. But they were saying I'm singling Bamford out. You're the kind of person that he's doing it to. That seemed to be the genuine message to me, based on my post, to say, you're the kind of people that he's doing it to. Now, I don't buy that. And the reason that I'm not buying that is because I sit at Ellen Road, or stand, should I say, every week and sing his name. I have done that. I've done that. I did it in York in pre-season when he was getting booed. I heard them boos, genuinely. I've done it all the way through the season. So when you are then saying, regardless if it's a small contingent on social media, some were saying it was happening before the game because he was missing opportunities. I didn't hear it. But then again, I'm not in the game, I'm not in the ground 20, 30, 40 minutes before kickoff. I like to come in just as we're about to, really, just as about to march it on together's growing up and strings of Yasmin. But so I might have missed it. But what I'm saying is, I was one of them that was singing his name. So it felt to me, why do you want to do that? Why have you said it? Why have you gone and like in your post-match say, I could say more? Just don't even entertain the subject. If you're going to say that, you're basically saying, I want to say more. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand the thought process behind it. It's like someone saying, oh, I've got something to tell you. And then someone go on. No, I'm not telling you. It's one of the most annoying things, right? So there was no need for that, in my opinion. And then he doesn't follow it up. Yes, he wasn't to blame overriding yesterday, but he did miss opportunities, and he is your number 9, and it's who we expect to score the goals. So therefore, he has to take some of the burden. But yes, Harrison missed the sitter. Costa and Harrison's crossing was abysmal. Pablo was off it. Click was caught dawdling on the ball. Yesterday performance wasn't great. But out of all them individuals on the Tuesday night, Bamford was the one giving jip. And me as a football fan, I didn't like it. And when I see missed opportunities and when you're falling over, I think, how dare you? How dare you? But that's just my opinion. But I wanted to get over that I don't it's a dislike. I don't dislike the lad. He plays for Leeds United, so he will have my backing. I hope he goes on now and scores in every single game between now and the end of the season. I hope he does, genuinely. I was just frustrated yesterday, but I don't want people to think that I don't back the lad, because I do. I bloody put some money on him, for God's sake. I had him Bamford first goal, Leeds United 4-0. But I get that. Well, it just pissed me off. Some people trying to question and say that I'm the type of person that he's actually doing it to. That's bullshit, because I seen his name. I didn't this Saturday, if I'm being totally honest, just due to the fact because he'd give it this on the Tuesday. There's never been, and Tash said it, there's never been a player we've wanted to do as well. And have as much singing towards him. There hasn't. I mean, it becomes a bit, for God's sake, man, like, what more can we do for you? And then you want to go back off. But that's just my opinion. I don't want to dawdle on that. Let's have a look at some of your guys' comments. I want to cover Wigan off first of all. I know you're putting a lot of comments in here, and I will get through them, guys, as best I can. But let me know your thoughts on where you felt we won and lost the game yesterday against Wigan. It was so frustrating. I mean, I'd said before the game, Emmett, I need to get tested for coronavirus. You're right, man. I'm man down at the minute. Let's go, champ says Wigan are shit. Right, okay. And I really like Wigan, and I really like Paul Cook. But they are poor, right? They have won now 3 games out of 37 away games in the Championship. That's shocking. That's absolutely shocking. 2 of them are against Leeds. So it's really, really frustrating that happens. But it's so Leeds, right? But it's almost like a carbon copy of last season, this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was thinking about it earlier because the lads were talking in the group chat. I couldn't think about it off the top of my head. But what I'm sure we played Brentford almost a couple of weeks after Wigan last time out, and we're going to do it again. I think we played QPR, didn't we? And we lost down there, and then we played Brentford, and it sort of signed, sealed, and delivered our fate. Do you know what I mean? So, there's a lot of stuff in there about Kiko. I mean, Kiko, yes. I think Conor mentioned a stat. I think he said 75% of shots that Kiko's faced have gone in the back of the net. I know for a period of time, like it might not be the same stat now, but a couple of weeks ago, I think Josh Hobbs from All Stats Aren't Weird said that 7 out of 8 shots he'd first on target, first time, had ended up going in. That was after Chef Wednesday, in fact. So it Kiko's not in a good place. Doesn't have the favour of the fans, if I'm being totally honest. I've always backed him. I've always rated him. I mean, his distribution was because that seems to have gone off the boil. If you look at Meslier, 45 minutes against Arsenal, one thing you can say is his distribution was absolutely fantastic. And he was great in goal as well. He made some decent saves. I mean, they were lucky to get the goal, and he almost got a hand to, I think, was it Willock's goal? I can't remember. It's a couple of weeks ago now, but, you know, he looks decent. I remember saying, "Oh, come on, man! He's only had 45 minutes. Let's not throw him in the mixer right yet." But look, Kiko's not doing it. I think the worst thing for me yesterday with that goal from Kiko Casilla is the fact that it's not even heading in from close range. Look, we are shit at corners. I've said it and I'll continue to say it. We're dire at them. I think we need to accept that fact. Well, we already do. We already know we're not great at corners, right? We already know this, yeah? Whenever there's a corner at Ellen Road, I know for a fact if you're in the ground, there is a genuine sense of, oh, God's sake. For God's sake. Millwall Tuesday night when they get that corner late on, we're all thinking they're gonna score. They're gonna score. They're gonna equalise. So we're not great at corners. However, the frustrating thing for me was when it hit Pablo, it was basically within 10 yards of the corner flag, 5 yards of the corner flag. Yeah. So within that time, that ball has travelled in the air, and I said it on my post-match video. He's played for Real Madrid. Surely he has the foresight to be able to adjust his position to collect the ball, or get it. I mean, he goes with the wrong hand. He goes with the wrong hand, for God's sake. Watch it back. He goes with the wrong hand. Listen, I'm not a goalkeeper, so maybe I'm talking wet. And any goalkeeper watching might go, actually, no, that's not right. But it looks to me like he goes with the wrong hand. And it's just shocking goalkeeping. By the time he's sort of got into his position, the ball's already here, and then he's like just he's wrong. It's just shocking. It's shocking. I think for me as well, in terms of where we lost the game, when we don't score early and we don't take our chances, we struggle to break teams down. They nick one like Wigan did, like other teams have done, and they put, you know, 2 banks of 4. We struggle to break it down. We play the same passage of play, left, right, into the box, repeat it over and over and over. And Harrison and Costa's crossing yesterday was pretty abysmal. I think Costa had a decent one for Bamford, where he's unmarked at the back post that he puts wide. You know, Harrison played well in the first half, but overall it's not good enough, is it? 41 crosses. I think Phil Hayde said 11 of them, only 11, had found a Leeds United body, which again is not, it's not good enough. And of course it then gets us. So we've got Afton Skills with a super chat, £17. Thank you ever so much, mate. That's a great contribution to the channel. He says Bielsa is still the best manager in the world, and I agree with that. I've seen, and I wanted to touch on this as well, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter questioning the man. Yes, you're allowed to question him, but to say he's not the man to lead Leeds United, if people are actually genuinely calling for his head, I think it's so wide of the mark. And it's, listen, you're entitled. It's Corona. I don't know what that means, but it's good. but what I'm saying is, you honestly, guys, genuinely, he is the right man. We need to enjoy Bielsa while he's here. And I want to get your thoughts on that, guys. I genuinely do. Because for me, you shouldn't be questioning him. But no, that's wrong. Sorry, that's wrong. I'm saying that wrong. You can question Bielsa. No one is exempt from criticism. But to not want him here is insane, in my opinion, right? The guy has transformed this team. There is a lot of individuals in this team that prior to Bielsa coming were bang average. bang average. They're now decent top-level championship players. I know a lot of you will still question that. And David Galley says Bielsa is to blame. Paul Williams, no promotion equals Bielsa and KP out of the door. Jack Glennie says Bielsa is the man. It's just his stubbornness can kill us at the time. What's everyone else's thoughts on Bielsa? I genuinely want to know this because, yeah, I've got a bit of flu. Someone says Harry Burns. I'm pissed off as well. I seen you yesterday as well. Dinner at the game, top lad. No roll-ups in the house, mate. I'll have to go mad. But yeah, Paul Williams says, love Bielsa. 208 people watching, by the way. Thank you ever so much. I haven't really just noticed. I haven't really paid attention. Please smash a like on the video if you can. Archie Morris says, if Bielsa does leave in the future, who would you want to replace him? Personally, I would want Boya. We'll cover that a little bit later on. Phoebe says, I like Bielsa. Andrew Alexander says, without Bielsa, we'd still be in mid-table. David Galea says he needs to learn how to speak English. Reese says, too stubborn, refuses to change the team even on bad runs. Steve Hunty Murray says there's a reason he's never won nothing. Adam Chadwick, MB needs to sort of plan B out. Jaggy Bab says he's not ruthless enough. Sometimes you need to call out players. Mick Hill says, I think we all like Bielsa, but he's never won anything. Right. So, can I ask people, do any of you genuinely, right now, not want Bielsa in? I want to know. Skills, after Skills says, no manager could do better with these players. I have to agree with you on that. Let's have a look. David Galea says, get rid of him. That's a big statement. I don't genuinely, mate. Ellis B says Bielsa out. I want to just have a look at what people are saying. Keep our manager. Yes, keep him. I mean, the majority of you. Steve Hunty Murray says lose next 2. I'd say his time's up. You know, there's it's a polar. I mean, sorry guys, I'm big amateur fan. If Bielsa goes, yeah, back to someone's just said there. If Bielsa was to go, it was oi Bab, a big eye opener for everyone. If Bielsa goes back to scrapping for 10th place, madness wanting him out. And I have to agree with that, guys. But you guys that are saying, you want him to go, you're entitled to your opinion. I think it's crazy. Genuinely, and I don't mean to be, speak out of turn, because everyone is entitled to their opinion. That's what football's about. But honestly, guys, like genuinely, what he's done for this football club is absolutely amazing, yeah. And I was saying this on a live that I did on Instagram. We will look back in 10, 15 years' time, like when Harry's older, for example, and he's coming to the games on a regular basis with me, wherever we are in the league, I know that the football will be nowhere near as exciting as what we get to see now. Yes, Wigan is frustrating, but Millwall second half, Arsenal first half, Stoke earlier on in the season, Derby last season, in the West Brom last season. You know, some of the games that just are at the top of the head. I'll look back and with fondness at this time and say to my son Harry, mate, when Bielsa was here, it was absolutely amazing. And I get that people look, if he doesn't get us promoted, he'll leave and it'll be classed as a failure. Me and Oscar were talking about it. You have to probably say that it would be probably classed. Well, it would be a failure, wouldn't it? You know, you want to go up, but the football we are seeing is amazing. You know, Paul Williams best football in years. Someone put earlier on in the comments about Heckingbottom. Look what Heckingbottom did with this squad. You know, Thomas Christiansen started well, but it fell off the edge of a cliff. But I genuinely think, I mean, it's not a coincidence that everyone that comes up against Leeds, although they might say it through gritted teeth, managers genuinely say that it is the best football in the division. Brentford fans may argue that, and that's fine as well. But on our day, you know, it was only after Tuesday. Jay, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. I will address it, mate. I get it. I can see everyone's comments coming in. I'm not ignoring them. Just making my point. I think, you know, every team that comes up against us, like look at Millwall Tuesday night. They were saying we're the best thing since sliced bread. Everything was amazing. You know, Conor was saying it. I was saying it. We beat most Premier League teams. It's just it was poor on Saturday, and everyone's frustrated, and I get that. But to say Bielsa should not be here, I think so wide of the mark, so wide of the mark. But you're entitled to your opinion. That's the thing. But I think it's so wide of the mark. And when we are older, we'll look back on this time with fondness. Genuinely believe that. Well, I will. I will anyway. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit ill, so I'm on the old Lucasade. Yeah, Oiper1234 says if we don't go up, it would still be a goal. Sorry, my watch. When my watch goes off, I'll take my watch off because it is the sound back on now. Sound back on. I think the sound will be back on. What happens is when my Siri goes off on my watch, it turns it off. Sorry, guys, I apologise. I should remember to take my watch off. I just want to get back to one of the lads' comments. I'm just going to quickly scrub. Someone said fondness, my arse. So we won't look back with fondness. Why? Explain to me why. If we don't go up, yeah, I get it. It would be a failure. But John Taylor, it was. You said fondness, my arse. It's the best football we've seen, arguably since the Revy era. You know, I wasn't around in them times. You know, but people say it. You know, people who were. So I do think we will look back on this time with fondness and be careful what you wish for, because who would you bring in then? Right? Okay, let's say for example, Bielsa was to go. Who would you bring in? Genuinely, who would you bring on? Who would you bring on? I'm just having a look just to see what your thoughts are. If you want Bielsa, if Bielsa was to go, who would you bring in? Look, Marty D, Sam Allardyce, David Hockaday, all things Leeds. Ed says bring O'Leary back, bring back Eddie Gray. Simon Lane says any ex-Premier manager. So you'd be happy with someone like Pardew or something. Jaggy Bab says Darko Milanic. See, everyone's making a joke of it, even in Ed. But genuinely, who would you bring in? You know, I think honestly, guys, we'll move on from the Bielsa situation, but Bielsa is the best thing that's happened to this club for a very, very, very long time. And I think I mean, someone's mentioned Poch, yeah, right. I wouldn't change him for Poch. It's just my opinion because I love Bielsa, but come on, be genuine. Yeah, someone says Conor McGilligan. I've just seen there from Ed that Michael Brown's going to be part of the Leeds Legends 11. Someone's having a laugh there. I think I'm more of a Leeds legend than Michael Brown. But yeah, I'm going to leave the Bielsa situation there. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Marty D says 99% of fans agree with you about Bielsa being the best coach in the world. Just ignore the few that don't like him. Yeah, so Ollie T says, feck it, give him the job. Okay, so let's talk about JKA. Let's talk about JKA. And I guess this sort of gives the guys that would think Bielsa shouldn't be here a bit more ammunition, but he should have been on the bench yesterday, right, guys? I think we all agree with that. Guys, if you can as well, please smash a like on the video. I think we all agree he should have been on the bench. I know I heard he was at Fort Parch doing running, etc. He's got to be brought up to speed. But he should have been on the bench. And the reason that I say that is, regardless of him being ready, I think it's one of them. Like I said in my post-match, the 23 other managers in this division not only put him on the bench, some would even start him, but the majority would at least have him on the bench. Poveda was ready to go on the bench. I understand Poveda's been at City, probably, fitter. I get it. But JK is an option to throw on, roll the dice. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on it. It's like 20 minutes to go. I was saying this before the game. When I seen he wasn't on the bench, we were talking in Billy's bar, and I says, it seems strange because it's one of them where if you are losing or drawing, I didn't say losing because I didn't envisage that happened. Obviously, it did. But if you're drawing the game, Bamford's having a stinker, just roll the dice. Roll the dice because I'm sure that back post header that Bamford missed, which was crossed over from Costa, JKA doesn't have to be mega fit to be able to put that in the back of the net. Just certain scenarios, I just think it was roll the dice. Like, I remember turning to my friend, I remember thinking, look, we've not changed it. Yes, Roberts was brought on, but it needed to be changed after that because it started to become stagnant. I did like what Roberts was trying to do. Genuinely, he was trying to break the lines, run with the ball, actually make something happen instead of going left, right, cross, right, left, cross. I was impressed with him. But I remember looking up at the scoreboard. I was saying to my mate, I was saying, he needs to change it. And then thinking, but it's the 83rd minute. It's too late. You could tell from watching the game that we just weren't going to get back into it. And, you've got a Shackleton on the bench. You've got Ian Poveda, new signing. What better way to endear yourself than to come on and grab a point for us, for example? JKA, it's a roll of the dice, Think about it, how poor we are at corners and crossing the ball. JKA could be the difference in that. Do you know what I mean? We've not seen him. His movement, I'm guessing, would be fucking immense. Like, people have put in the comments, the kid played with the likes of Mbappe, It's mad. And he should have been on the bench. So that's that. And it's just, that was frustrating. And like Marty D says, he outscored Mbappe in the under-19 Euros. He did. And he got man of the tournament as well. He got the golden boot and golden ball. Yeah, Kevin, I've got the flu, mate. It's not good. It's just come over me overnight. It's not great, is it? That's why I'm a little bit unanimated. Yeah, I've got coronavirus. But also, I'm a bit deflated as well. I didn't want to let yesterday, this is how frustrated I was because it feels like it's happening the same as last season. Everything seems to be an almost carbon copy. It's so frustrating. And driving back, I was so annoyed. And I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to go in, I'm going to do my video, and then that's it. I'm trying to do this digital detox anyway because I spend far too much on my phone. I spend far too much on social media. So I'll leave it now. Whenever I leave the house, I leave it in the house because then I can focus on my actual surroundings and where I am when I'm going for food and not be in my phone. But yeah, I've tried to not let it ruin my weekend. Look, we spoke about yesterday. We spoke about JKA. Do you see Leeds 2005? I know you put in the comments, best player this season for Leeds. It would have to be Stuart Dallas. I know people won't agree with that after the last few performances, but I just think he's Mr. Reliable. I mean, to be fair, he made a last-ditch challenge yesterday on Tom Pearce when he was through on goal. It was a great challenge. Stephen Morris says Harrison. Harrison's going to be up there as well. He's been immense. But Marty D, yeah, he does look a little bit lost in that position. You are right, but I think it's the fact that he can be relied upon, I think. And is Bielsa to blame for them positional changes? He can seem to play anywhere. Andrew Fusco says Ben White. Ben White, for me, has gone a little bit off the boil, if I'm being totally honest. A lot of love in there for Jack Harrison. So that's good shout. And like Brian Davis says, it's Groundhog Day. It's history repeating itself. Um, and it's the fact that we've got Brentford coming up as well. That game makes me nervous. Really, really nervous. But look, we've got 6 days now. It was 7 yesterday. We had a week off. We've got a week off ahead of some very, very big fixtures. The next 3 are absolutely huge. And I want to get, do we think come Saturday, JKA is on the bench? Let's ask that question first of all. I know we all would put him on. A lot of us would start him. I personally would start him. I know there's a lot of people in there saying drop Kiko, and I don't think that'll happen. If I'm being totally honest, I genuinely don't even think that will happen. There's a lot of people thinking JKA to start. I was talking to Gaz earlier from Talking Shut, and I made that point. I said, do you know what? I think he could start. But he said to me, not a chance, not a chance. And I think he's probably right. And I think you guys that say no, he's probably right as well. Because, well, Stephen Horseman actually makes a good point, and that's a good point that Gary mentioned as well. He will have a run out tomorrow in the under-23s. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Obviously, you'd think Ian Poveda and JKA will start tomorrow in the under-23s. I'll definitely be having a look at that. Can you imagine, right? Just think about this. Can you imagine another Izzy Brown situation if he was to just bag goals all day and then and not get on? It'd be absolutely brutal. Darren Kettle says, "Do you think Phillips will start Saturday?" No, mate. He's got another game to go. But yeah, Amit Hargun there, and this is for. Look, I'm not. We're back to Bamford bashing, but someone makes a good point. Most shots off target is Patrick Bamford. Most headed shots off target is Patrick Bamford, and most big chances missed was Patrick Bamford. I'm sorry to go back to the Bamford thing. I remember someone had actually said on the was having a go at me for mentioning Bamford and saying how much he brought to the team, etc., which I get. But at the same time, when you're hitting the top of the charts for every single missed start, it's not great reading, is it? So then, JKA. For me, I think he comes on. I think he plays on the bench. I would love him to start. I think it'd give everyone a massive boost. But we'll see. We'll see. How does everyone see Forest going? Look, I know he'd call me crazy, but I think we get a result against Forest. I do. Okay. And I'll give you my reasons as to why. Okay. I think, personally, Forest is a winnable fixture for us. I think Forest are better away from home. I'm going to quickly check the results just to back that up, because I'm almost certain that is the case. James Obi says, it wouldn't surprise me if we beat Forest. My guess is 1-1 versus Forest, says Steve Hunter Murray. Lose 3-0 against Brentford and beat Bristol City. You'll give me 6 points. Let's switch that. Let's forget about Forest. Next 3, they're absolutely huge, right? We're playing 3 of the top 6. Forest, Brentford, and Bristol City. How many points do we get from that game? How many points do we get from them games? There's 284 people watching this. Absolutely huge. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please smash a like on the video. Lee Smith, Craig Stone, 4. Ed says 4 points from 9. Simon Lane, 6 out of 9. Nick Richards, 7. Jack Glennie, would you take 7 points? I'd take it now, mate. I'd snap your hands off. Tyler Broadhead says it has to be 9. Paul Williams says between 7 and 9. Alien Spaff says we will win all 3. Alison and Marty says 2 points. Brian Davis, 1 point. Harry Morgan, 9 out of 9. Ed says 6 at most. David Glahea, who was calling for Bielsa's head, thinks we'll get 9. Elliot FIFA Gaming says 6. Brian Davis, 1 point. Reese says we'll lose all 3. Someone asked, would you take 7? I would snap your hands off. Would I take 6? I'd snap your hands off. Genuinely 6. I would snap your hands off, and that shows that how sort of the mood switched after Tuesday night, because I'm a positive guy, man. I think Jack Glennie actually said if Joe's losing his head, then we're all knackered, because he's positive. But yeah, I think, look, I'd snap your hands off. But look, is it out of the realms of possibilities to get 9? No. But look, I was thinking, like I was saying, beat Wigan, beat Forest. You take a free hit at Brentford. It is what it is. We never do well there, right? We never do well there. 1950s or something since we've won there. It's absolutely insane. But let's just have a look anyway. I'm just having to bloody verify that security thing where you have to bloody put pictures in and all that shit. Right, let's have a look at Forest fixtures, and let's have a look at their away compared to their home comparison. Championship away form. It's overall. Sorry, not away form. Home form. Sure, that's an absolute load of shite then. Because Nottingham Forest have been unbeaten in the last 4 at home, beating Wigan, Blackburn, Luton, and drawing against Reading. I mean, the teams they're up against there aren't great, if we're being totally honest. But Wainman's just absolutely chatting bubbles. Okay. That's put a little spanner in the works for Wainman. Seeing it there in black and white. Luke Franklin, you've let yourself down, mate. There you go. Josh Fletcher says, hi all, I'm a West Brom fan. How are you, mate? Yous are falling apart again as well, right? Same as us. Blaze Dragon says, Joe, I put £50 on us to not get top 2. Returns $3.90. Easy money, wouldn't you say? Up the Max Branning. Never do that, man. Never do that. That's no good. Yeah, so Ed says Forest beat Wigan. They must be good. Ben White still immense. They beat Brentford away 1-0 and then lose to Blues. So, look, how does everyone see that game going then? For me, I think we beat them 1-0, 2-1 possibly. Can't seem to keep a clean sheet. So let's go for 2-1 Leeds United. But not just that. I know their next 3 games are absolutely huge. They are. I think it's the fact that we have now 6 games in 19 days. We kick off against Forest. We've then got 6 games in 19 days between the 8th and the 29th of Feb. You've got Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Bristol City at home, followed by Reading at home, Middlesbrough away, and then Hull away from home as well. It's a very, very tough run. Even now, it's just looking at the table. Sorry, not the table. The results just after that Wigan game, and sorry guys, I got a cold. Looking at that Wigan game, and the run. I mean, you then at home against Huddersfield, away at Cardiff, it'll be difficult for us. Home against Fulham, home against Luton, away at Blackburn, Stoke at home, Swansea away. We've got some. I'm just not confident at this moment in time, and that is proper shit to say because I'm normally mega confident. I think it's last season though as well. It's like it's so frustrating, guys. Like it doesn't help that I'm unwell as well. I'm normally Andrew Saxon, you need hot water, fresh lemon, honey, and a pinch of cayenne pepper will fix that cold in no time. Try some lemsip, says Mick Glaspie. Yeah, Ed, probably right, mate. There is a case of me being too confident. But it's not a case of I don't ever not respect the opposition. I understand the championship. I do. It's just I'm confident. I think look, Leeds can beat anyone on the day. Genuinely, even still, when we were shite, I would still back us. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just how I am as a fan. But even I'm now like, oh God, like I don't know. I don't know if it's what I just think yesterday was so bad for it to happen again. I thought the lads would be so up for it, and they didn't look it. They didn't look it, especially after Tuesday night. The manner in which we lost to them last season, and just there's so much riding on it. It's so important. Yeah, I've seen that, Ed, actually, on your video that you'd found a tenner. Phil Insane says, I've got to go to work tomorrow to listen to a bunch of Premier League wankers and a Celtic fan. Kill me now. Listen, I've got my borough mates all of a sudden coming out of the woodwork, as you'd imagine, just because they've been getting some actual decent results. Jive 091, I won't read that out, but that is pisser. David Galea says it's a shambles of a team. I don't know if he's talking about Leeds there. Phoebe M says Leeds fans can't do with another season in the Championship. I agree. I agree completely. We can't. Because if we were to have another season in the Championship, we'd lose KP, we'd lose Bielsa. You'd be pressing the reset button. We'd have to start again, and that's one thing that we can't do. It puts us back. I know it might sound crazy, but it puts us back 5 years because no one comes in and can do what Bielsa's done with his squad. I don't think. Joel Wurniziak said, "Would QSI still go for us if we did not get promoted?" I know. Louis says, "I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure." Louis says, "Joe, I'm so incredibly depressed. I know I'm not helping the situation. I'm either, mate. Not with me. Not with me cold and me depressing things." Guys, just to mention as well, I'll do it while I'm on. So some of you might have seen in the pre-matches, we didn't do it in the post-match because we don't want to rub anything down your throat when you're feeling shit anyway. So I get it. But we have now set up a donate button through PayPal. Now, a lot of people don't agree with it. No, I say a lot of people. I'm talking shit. A small minority don't agree with it. And say, you're robbing from the fans, etc., etc., etc. That couldn't be further from the truth. It's genuinely like people put in the super chat, for example, it's used to better the channel. And look, we've got some really exciting interviews lined up. We have an interview lined up with one Phil here. And he's willing to come on the channel and do an interview with us, which I'm really looking forward to doing. Obviously, met him when I went down to Salford when he didn't have a ticket, and our lass's car broke down, and I left there, and we went to the game anyway. But the reason that's there is so that we can progress the channel. And get equipment and stuff as well. Sorry, I might be boring you guys. I understand that, but no, Phil here isn't charging to be interviewed. Not a chance. Someone's just said that. No, that's not the case. It's just so we can get better equipment and stuff. If you don't want to donate, you don't have to. It's just if we're mentioning it on the videos, please don't think that we're asking you to pay for the content that you watch. The choice is yours. If you don't want to donate, you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Also, we've linked up with the Retro Hut. Their link is in the description to this video. They do Leeds United memorabilia. They do Leeds United kit mugs, pillows, t-shirts, everything. So please check them out in the comments. And it is also run by a Leeds fan, and we're looking to do some specific all Leeds TV related merch with them, hopefully. So if that's something you'd like to see, then please do get in touch. When we do the filet interview as well, like I say, we're going to ask you for some questions as well, so you can get involved. Because like you said, this channel is yes, it's us that do the videos, but you guys are so heavily invested in this channel. You know that yourself. Some of you have been here since day dot. You know who you are. So thank you so much for that. But I'm rambling now. So apologies for that. But Jack Glennie, yeah, we need all these TV merch. Who wouldn't want a Now Then People mug with my face plastered over it? Yeah, Jay Patel says he's also got the flu. Dermot Kearns, Joe, we get a penalty in the first 5 minutes against Forest. Bamford steps up. Your genuine force. He misses. Thank you, Simon Lane, for contributing. My High says, Joe, keep the faith. Leeds are going to hit stride again. First Leeds, second Fulham, third West Brom. Look, for me, the one saving grace, the division shy. Brentford were the team a couple of weeks back. They now might be the team again after battering Hull, but Hull have just lost some players. But they've just lost Bowen and Grzycki. I think their January is absolutely criminal. Yes, Nathan Brown. Thank you, fella. But we'd have to the picture we'd have to use as well would be the one after Millwall, the 4-3, where I'm like, yeah, Hull Whirlpool. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is obviously, if you remember, it was like, Fulham, it was then Brentford, it was then Forest, Preston. Preston were up there for a period of time. I just think the top six is so inconsistent. We were lucky, us and West Brom, not lucky, but we had them decent runs where we went unbeaten in 7 or won 7 on the bounce. My memory's not the best. But Johnny Vakula says, I found some wheels in my garden. Johnny has a very strong opinion on this Leeds United side. He doesn't think we'll make it a lot of the time. And again, I know a lot of you guys think it as well. So I'd love to know what Johnny's thoughts are ahead of the next 3 games. What are your thoughts, mate? How many points can we pick up? I'm going to go for 6. And even that's like a little bit like, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But I think we'll beat Bristol City at home. I think we will beat Bristol City at home. And I think we'll get a result away at Forest. Brentford, just write it off. If we get something there, it'd be absolutely huge. Yeah, Jay, I mean, we need 9. I would love 9. I don't know what everyone else's fixtures are. But look, the big ones for me as well is the fact that we have 6 games in 19 days. Forest, we win. Brentford, we lose. Leeds versus Bristol City, we win. Reading, we beat. Borough, we have to beat. Yes, they've turned a corner. Yes, it's at the Riverside, but we're so much better. Hull, I don't know why, but we'll get a point. So within that time, I've only got us losing 1. That's how. This is what I'm saying. It's so difficult for me. Like, I know it sounds mad, but it's so difficult for me when I look at fixtures. I genuinely just go, no, we'll win that. Yeah, we'll win that. Maybe a point, but we'll probably win. That's just how my mind works. I know you might disagree, but I don't know. Like, J Army, yeah, look at Fulham. What? You want to look at Fulham's next fixtures? Let's do it. Let's have a look and see who Fulham have got in their next 6, because I'm assuming, you know, that everyone will have the same. I think it's very much Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday. Let's have a look at their fixtures then. So Fulham have Blackburn away, Millwall at home, Barnsley at home, Derby away, Swansea at home, Preston at home. Some decent fixtures in there for Fulham. There is some decent fixtures, but they've got some difficult ones after that, you know, to end the season with. I think the one thing is where we have quite favourable. Oh God, the cold. The cold's getting me, guys. I'm sorry about this. Begging bottom. Let's have a look. Conor should go in the dressing room before Forest and give a few words. Any other teams got to to win to Joe, says Amy Bourne. What do you mean? Sorry, Amy. Dermot Kearns, one game at a time. Cover your nose, says Ed. I know. The kids aren't about, mate, so we're good. I'd go mad at them as well. Cover your nose. J Army thinks Fulham are going to overtake us. Fulham and Brentford have the easiest fixtures. Forest does and West Brom hard. Andrew McCann says we had a favourable game yesterday. Oh, 100%. This is what frustrates me. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but after the game, I got a few people messaging me, as is always the case. But I do these videos, so I have to accept that. It's shit. It's shit. Especially when it comes from your own fans. Or like from your own team. Lee, I'm off before I catch something. Nothing to do with the shit content then. Sorry. It's not the best today, guys. I'm still downbeat and my nose is done in. I haven't done Sunday Night Live or Monday Night Live for a long time, right? So I need to get them, and I apologise, but they will be every week again now, because I used to love doing Monday Night Football and used to get the same people in every time. So I need to ensure that I keep these up, and I promise I will. I promise you of that, because I know you guys enjoy it as well. I would hope so. Like, since 230 people watching, that's amazing. 125 likes though, so if you could all smash a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. Emmett says, "Get yourself a hot whiskey." I don't drink. So anyway, as I was saying about yesterday, your own fans message me and say, "You're wrong. I told you you're wrong." Rah 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 rah. Like, that is horrible. Like, I have a long drive back to Sunderland, right? I get in my car, or get in a car. I don't drive, but I get in my mate's car. My mate's brutal. Whenever we lose a game, genuinely, we don't speak 5 words because he's fuming. He's fuming. It's like I'll check the highlights and be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And he's like, "Don't even show me it," because he's fuming, right? But as everyone knows, the signal's shit. So I drive out and we get on the motorway, and then my signal comes back, and people going like, "Oh, Joe, I told you were wrong, blah, blah, blah." It's so frustrating, man. I get it. I know. Don't you think I know these emotions? I know. I'm like, we've lost to Wigan, man. What are we doing? You know, I've seen some Wigan fan actually tweet out my video and said, "Has anyone told him yet?" Because I was going, "We will beat Wigan on Saturday," and I genuinely believed it. And then it's on their like feed, and people are like going, "Oh, I bet he's a virgin. Look at him with his pictures on his wall and that. What an idiot! Rah rah rah." Which I understand. I can take it. I hate it. It's horrible. It feels horrible at the time. I won't lie. But that looks sick. That looks good, right? Yeah, I'm 32, but that looks good. I mean, that costs coin. I last bought me for Christmas, but that is unreal. Yeah, people call me a virgin and that. I've got 3 kids, for God's sake. But yeah, I'm going on a bit of a rant. Do you think... So Jive says, sorry, I'm going to get back into your comments, guys. I know I've gone off a bit of a tangent. I like to do about an hour. So what are we up to now? We're on to 53 minutes. So we've got... Ed says a few of them aren't hung straight. Where are they not hung straight? Looks straight to me. Yeah, my height says, "Joe, they're taking the piss. They watch someone worse than you for Wigan." Katie Louise, I've seen that stuff on Twitter. Bit harsh, to be honest. Yeah, it is what it is. It's all right. I spoke to the lad who tweeted it out and said, "Oh, fair play, mate." And he went, "To be honest, I really like your channel." It is what it is. It is what it is. It's what we do, right? It's what me doing this means I have to accept that fact that people will, and YouTube gets a bit of a bad rep anyway. But it is what it is. I enjoy doing it. People enjoy watching it, I think. So it is what it is. But yeah, guys, we have about 5 minutes left because my tea will be ready. So if you guys want to get any questions in, let's get them in. as I say, we've spoke about Bamford. JKA should start next time around. Hopefully he does. He should start. Pervader should have been involved. My Hyde says he watch all Leeds TV from Canada. You guys give me the pulse of the team, no BS. Thank you so much. We do get a massive amount of people watching from outside the country. It's absolutely unreal. Ed, I am having a sausage dinner, mate. Sausage, leeks, mash. Our lass is a mint cook, to be fair. So we're having a sausage dinner, mash. You know, she makes some sweet potato mash. Oh, it's unreal. It's really good. I'll probably watch a film. I watched Joker for the first time last week. What a film that is, to be fair. Absolutely unreal. I might get that. This is what it's come to, guys. It's Leeds are that deflating at the moment that we're talking about films. Martin Hendon Armott says yes, Norway here. Thank you so much. Lee Smith in south of Spain, ex-Beeston lad. Let's have a look. Watching from Oregon, USA. Simon Lane says, realistic chance of change of keeper in the next few fixtures. No, I don't see it. Jay Patel says, get yourself a Vindaloo after this, mate. I'm hopefully will clear you out. You'll fucking clear me out, all right. I don't mind a hot curry, but genuinely 32, I've never had a Vindaloo. That's insane. Matthew Stewart's in the Philippines. Blame Louis. He's from Ireland. Harvey Murtak says, quick question. If you could sign one more player this January, who would have been and why? I would have signed a centre mid like Bannon. Keep the content up. Cheer up. Stephen Morris, Halifax. Yes, I'm from Halifax, lad. I'm from Pelham. Big shout out. Who would they have signed? Me personally, mate, a left back. Barry Douglas, no, he's just not doing it for me. I don't know who that left back would have been, but I would have gone for a left back personally. Alexander Keats, I use 4-1-2-1-2 on FIFA. Haven't been on for a while. Reese says he's saying he's 2-1 Leeds United against Forest. What about you? I'm going for the same result. I'd have gone for 1-0, but we can't keep a clean sheet. Paul Williams, he's from Halifax. Yes, Halifax. Hate checks. Ed says Halifax is a great night out. Yeah, Acca. People love the Acca. Acca slappers. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But that's what it was a thing when I was a young'un. Thursday night, £1 a drink. Boom. LUFC Lewis is there all the time. Makes me laugh. Jamie Harris says cheese wedge number 1. It looks bouncing in there, mate. My mate Rob goes in there. He's a good lad, man. Phil Clark, keep up the good work, Joe. Keep the vids coming. I intend to, mate, 100%. Reese says, is Augustine playing in the under-23s tomorrow? I would imagine so. He best be anyway, fella. He best be, because he needs to be ready. Nathan Gaskell says, last season I was in Afghan watching the playoffs. Leeds versus Derby. Can't be dealing with that again. Yeah, 100%. Dean Sheridan, QPR fan, but like your videos. Thank you. Thank you, mate. What are your thoughts, Dean, on Naki Wells going? It's a big, big loss for you, innit? I never thought about that as well. He's going to come up against us, isn't he, for fucking Bristol City and Lee Johnson. Oh, God, I can't be dealing with that. Ed says JKA to get injured in the under-23s. Jamie Harris, season ticket in there. It's class donated £10. Thank you so much, mate. Johnny Vicula from Harrogate, but he's living in Switzerland. Nice. Reese, massive support from the Teesside Whites. Keep the faith. Yes, Reese. I travel with the Teesside Whites quite a lot. Big shout out to them guys. Nick Richards, Devon loves you, Joe, and we love Leeds. Get up there. I'd love to go to Devon. It's nice, right? Down that way. Give me a shout, man. Peter Wilson, not good enough. Up Leeds forever. Dean Sheridan, QPR fan, big blow, but Eze is still there, mate, and Isaiah Samuel's still there. Isaiah Samuel absolutely tore us a new one, and Eze is really, really good. Christopher Jacobson's in Sweden. Sean Flynn just in from 12-hour shift today, and yesterday was feeling sick as a dog watching the score come through yesterday at work, but hope springs eternal. Lee says, don't drink out of plastic bottles. Animals piss on them when they're stored outside. Okay. Nick Richards, give me a shout, mate. Spare room, legend. Send me a message. Wayne Titch Jones, he's in Wales. I'm not surprised with a name like Wayne Jones. I don't know. That wasn't Welsh. Mick Glaspie says, love your blog, Joe. You speak mainly a lot of sense. Plus, you are entertaining. Thank you. Steve Brennerbam says your dinner's getting cold. Exactly. So there we go, guys. It's been great to be back. Sunday Night Live. I will be back next weekend, every single week. It will be back. 6 days for us now. Under 23s tomorrow. For JKA. So that will be interesting to watch. Yeah, nervous times, but hopefully we will get positive results over the next 3 games. They're absolutely huge. But fingers crossed, we can get some positive results. But thank you so much for tuning in. As per, like, comment, share, subscribe, donate, and help the channel if you can. I'm going to leave it there, guys. It's been a pleasure, as always. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the rest of it. And like Joey Patel says, Wigan didn't beat us. We beat ourselves.